What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. Some of you guys were asking me for an unboxing of my new television, but it's kind of hard to do. Unbox it, and you know what? I have a tripod here. Just me being lazy, you know. We bought this house in the summertime. We moved in last summer. We moved in October. Stuff was done. Make a long story short, and a lot of my things I still haven't unpacked. So it's kind of I found it very hard and difficult to unbox and film what I'm doing. I couldn't get it right. So anyway, this is the set here. This is the KS 8500 Samsung. I got a sweet deal. I picked up the KS 9000 and the KS 8500. Got a sweet deal. I got for the KS 9000. Only paid for $16.50 for everything. That was tax included and everything. Only $16.50. For the KS 8500, I believe I paid $1,200 or like $11.97. That's it. I got a sweet deal. I got a Nigerian hookup. I had I got a son-in-law. If you don't know, my daughter got married. But anyway, so I have, because my son has a son-in-law, has one of those, because he does construction, he has one of those Ford F-150s, with the open cell. I went up to the store spot, got it from Sears. I've never in my life bought anything from Sears. But went up to Sears. Sears, the reason why I didn't have it delivered, Sears charged for delivery. It was like $1.50, per set or something, which I charged me per set to deliver. It was some crazy stuff. So I don't live too far from Sears, you know what I mean? So I said I'll come back and get the stuff myself. So what I did is I had my son-in-law, so crazy saying that, son-in-law, I had him go with me up to Sears, and they're just now getting their first place. So what I did was I let my daughter and my son-in-law have the KS 9000 as a housewarming gift where they're having the Saturday. He's happy in the pig, I say happy in the pig. And how you go happy in the pig and shit rolling around? I was just saying, good, extremely happy. They had an Insignia 32 inches something, 1080p, and he got him an Xbox One. He just swore those graphics with bleeding edge on that 32-inch television. So they got a nice set to put inside their living room. It's a 55-inch as well as this, but. The reason, like I said today, the reason why I didn't keep the 9000 for myself, I just like the bezel more in this one, the way it's made, than I did the 9000. If you go to ratings.com, they're basically the same set, so it's not like I gave her the better television. It doesn't matter, it's my child anyway. You know what I mean? But, so someone's like, why you didn't keep the 9000 for yourself? They're the same set. And I was going to get I was going to get the KS8500. They were just a sweet deal. And I'm like, my wife was fussing because I have, the JS. I have a JS, this last year model. It had just this year's KS. Last year was JS. Next year be LS. I have a JS 65 in there and one upstairs, so those are curved. You know what I mean? But I guess I don't have room in here for a 65-inch television. I don't. Like I said, I can't get no bigger than 55. So anyway, he was extremely excited, ecstatic. But right away, I'm gonna tell you this. Now I was already gaming on a 4K television, Sony Bravia 900 or something, whatever the hell, 900 XD, whatever, however Sony even labeled their televisions. But like I said, I got that set in 2014, and it did not do HDR. But I love the picture on that set. Like, I love the way it game. I honestly like that Sony better than the Samsungs that I got in 2015. To be honest, you know what I mean. I was happy with my television, but like I said, it didn't support HDR. If HDR wasn't a big deal, trust me, I wouldn't run out and bought another television. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. Now, this for me, again, playing this little bit on, say, NBA 2K16, I can definitely tell the difference. For those of you that are buying Samsung televisions, you have to go into the options and go to HDMI, whatever port. You don't even have the new box, and you have to turn full color on. That's for your HDR. And let me show you. You can see there all my checks. Your TV supports 4K. TV support 4K, but mine was missing on my other set. When I ran the test, it was missing the HDR. But let me go back out and show you something. Wait, hold on.
Use the left.
So look, you guys see the corner right there. It says HD. Wait, damn. I want to damn. I want to show you guys something. Let me see if I can bring it back up again. What it says that when you're playing in HDR, it says HDR, HDMI 1. Look, HDMI and HDR video is playing. You know, you see that across the front. I guess whatever game, whatever title, whatever your movie you're watching, if it has HDR, if you if you have a Samsung television, it'll say that HDR, HDR video is playing, and we all know that NBA 2K17 has HDR. Can I tell the difference? Yes, it's more colorful. You know what I mean? It's more colorful. Looks better. Looks clean. Looks crisp. I'm excited. I may pick up again NBA 2K17 for my PS4 Pro. Just that again to have something on. I wonder if, like I said, PS4 Pro, if they're are they gonna have a pro mode for NBA 2K17? If they do have a pro mode for it, you better play it in pro mode with higher visuals and whatever. I'll pick it up. Let me pause this. I don't need no copyright strikes. But yeah, like I said, I'm pleased with the television. Like I said, the games look great. They pop. I'm having a great time. Like I said the day. Now, I'm not buying no more television. I don't care what comes on. When 8K comes out, then I buy me an 8K television. Every year I'm buying a new television. Every year. You know what I mean? But so far, like I said, I don't know if you can tell if it's set this curve from where you are, but every year I'm buying a new television. But this is it. You know what I mean? I'm not buying no more sets. Literally every year I buy a new television. That's something I'm into. Year and a half tops, I'm getting a new set. You know what I mean? A year and a half tops. Let me turn this off. Soundbar. But anyway, yeah. I will recommend for you guys that are out there, if you're looking to get a decent set, you can probably save yourself a few bucks and get the KS8000. They're basically between the KS8000 all the way to the 9000 series. They're basically the same television. If you go to ratings.com, that was one of the knocks that they had against the against the Samsung television, because the high-end one, because they're basically the same set, literally. You know what I mean? Literally. And normally when I will buy television, I will buy the television because of the bezel, how it looks. I never really paid attention to the spec. Oh, it's 4K, give it here. You know what I mean? If I like the way the TV looks, I will buy it. You know what I mean? I never really paid attention to the specs and stuff. But shout out to my boy Dean. He told me something very interesting that HDR Dolby Vision. This set here supports HDR10. He said HDR Dolby Vision. They were in the AV forums and they were talking. I previously thought he told me that HDR Dolby Vision was a sort of a physical thing, a chip, and they confirmed no, it's a software thing. Also, it's a firmware update. So these Samsungs, I think the 8000 are supposed to get updates, so they probably couldn't support HDR Dolby Vision, but they had to pay a licensing fee. That's why LG, Vizio, and I believe the KS9500, I think they do HDR10 and HDR Dolby Vision. I think they do both. But it's a licensing fee. Now, there are not many movies out right now that you can buy with HDR Dolby Vision. HDR10 is the industry standard. But it's good to know, like I said, if Samsung does decide to get it, and more content does come out, that, if you have a key, I don't know about the lower end series, Bond. I know the 8000 up can get an update, and we'll support it. But other than that, like I said, I'm liking the way the game. I'm liking. Jesus.
Accessibility shortcuts. Items voice guide off.
I'm sorry. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm loving this set. This is what you have to do, though. Let me see what the hell is this. You will have to go. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see here. Oh, I turned it off on the damn sake. I thought my remote was broke. You know what I mean? I didn't know you had to pair it. Let me see here. Picture. Go to expert settings. Go all the way down to here where it says here HDMI UHD color. Now, like I said, with this box, with these new Samsung, they don't really have the HDMI ports on the television. They give you this box where, and you have to plug the ports into your HDMI connection to this box. And whatever HDMI, it has 4 HDMI slots, whatever one that you're using, you have to go to them and turn it on. Turn on the HDR, That's how you do it. You know what I mean? Once I did that, like, then I got all the checks. I was able to game in HDR. But like I said, I will recommend this to anybody. You don't have to spend a few. I got a deal on this television. Probably around Black Friday or so. The end of the year, it probably go down to like $1,000 or whatever. But if you're on a budget or whatever, you can get the KS8000. It's the same television. I just like the bezel, the way that it is curved. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the only reason why I didn't get the Vizio was because I like the Vizio. My uncle has it. It didn't rate the highest as before. It's using it as a monitor. I'm going to start using my my PC to do my videos. I'm about to retire my Mac. I'm about to get a whole new microphone and camera and everything. You know what I mean? And also I heard there was some latency when playing, input lag when playing with HDR on. So that's the reason why I didn't get it. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out here. I'm about to hop on this 2K and yeah, I still got to get Record too. I'll probably pick Record up Tuesday or so. I was trying to see if I was going to get me a review copy, but I don't go through. I get to pick the game up. But this is your boy Next Gen 720. I don't like I said. I don't really care for Samsung new remotes though. I like the remote all, but I don't know. But this is the remote here. Got speech commands and stuff. I'm not using all that. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out here. Bang bang.